$9 billion, one drop of blood, and an empire that never existed. This is the strangest autopsy in this series, because when we open the body, there's nothing inside. A company worth $9 billion on paper, a product that, in practice, did not exist. And here's the strangest part. Almost nobody who paid ever asked to look inside the box. 2003, a 19-year-old Stanford dropout with a fear of needles and an enormous dream. Hundreds of medical tests from a single drop of blood. A revolution in a fingertip. Her mission, as she told the world. A world where no one has to say goodbye too soon. The black turtleneck, the deep voice. The idol was obvious, and the imitation was deliberate. Investors didn't just see a product. They saw the next Steve Jobs in her 20s. Then came the board. Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, General Mattis, legends of war and diplomacy. Statesmen, generals, diplomats, and not one single laboratory scientist among them. The story was perfect, and that it would turn out was exactly the point. The machine was called the Edison, a sleek black box that would change medicine forever. The reality, according to court records, only about a dozen tests ever ran on it. The rest ran on ordinary commercial machines, with tiny finger prick samples diluted to stretch. Even the demos were theater. The screen showed progress. The real test happened later, somewhere else. In 2013, the black box met the public. Real stores, real patients. 2014, $9 billion. Magazine covers. The richest self-made woman in America. Murdoch, 121 million. The Waltons, 150. Over 700 million total. No audited financials. No peer-reviewed data. No outside expert ever validated the machine. The board trusted the founder. The investors trusted the board. The pharmacy trusted the investors. Trust ran in a perfect circle, around a box that nobody opened. And the person who finally opened the box wasn't a regulator, a journalist, or an investor. It was a lab assistant in his 20s, the grandson of the most powerful man at the table. Inside the lab, Tyler Schultz and Erica Chung watched the quality controls fail, again and again. These weren't test runs. Real patients were getting results the lab couldn't stand behind. Tyler raised the alarm internally. The answer came back sharp. Know your place. So he went outside to state regulators and, in secret, to a reporter. His own grandfather chose the company over him, and the lawyers came after the grandson. The reporter was John Carreyrou of the Wall Street Journal. He dug for months, under pressure. October 15th, 2015. Front page. The black box was empty. The next day, on live television, she answered with a line that became infamous. Her answer: first, they think you're crazy. Then, they fight you. Then, all of a sudden, you change the world. 6 months later, the world answered back. January 2016. Federal inspectors walked into the lab. Their verdict was carved in stone. Immediate jeopardy to patient health and safety. Not sloppy, not late, dangerous. That May, Theranos voided 2 years of test results. Real diagnoses, recalled. Forbes updated her net worth that summer, from $4.5 billion to zero. The pharmacy walked away. The regulators banned her from the industry. The tower was flickering. 2018, the SEC called it massive fraud. By September, the company was gone. January 3rd, 2022, guilty on 4 counts of defrauding investors. 11 years, 3 months. Her partner Balwani was convicted on all 12 counts. Nearly 13 years. So, the autopsy of a ghost. No working machine, no profits, no science. Just a story so good that nobody wanted to check it. The most dangerous lie isn't the one you're told. It's the story you want to be true. One note the record demands. The jury convicted her of defrauding investors, not patients. But the voided tests were real. The lesson: trust is not a substitute for looking inside. Next on Empire Autopsy, the most successful company on earth changed its most beloved product. Revolt followed.